Dan said you were trending toward playing on Thursday. Obviously, you must be feeling a little bit better. Just to maybe update on how you feel.
Yeah, I feel good, better every day. We'll see. I don't know what he has said, but I'd probably categorize it as a game day decision. Feel good though. Feel really good.
How much do you try to put a little lean on him to say, "Hey, I feel good enough to go"?
Of course, yeah, of course I am, and his job is to protect me and protect all the other players, and so yeah, there is that, absolutely.
You always categorize the progress you've made since we talked to you last week, like pain free. Are you doing a lot more?
Yeah, I mean I describe it as any other strained muscle. It gets better over time, and there can be setbacks if you push it too far, if you push it too quickly. So it's that delicate little dance that we're managing.
Pushing you as well. I mean, it's a big Thanksgiving game,
yeah,
prime time game.
No, I want to be on the field. Absolutely.
You always said it was about functionality and
Yep.
being able to make all the throws and do that. Are you to that point where you feel like you can make pretty much any throw, or there's still some limitations with what throws you can make and movements you can do?
Yeah, no, I feel good. I will never use it as an excuse. I feel good if I'm on the field. I'm ready to go.
There's a report this weekend, just if you can address it. It said part of the reason why Dan got rid of play calling duties was you and Anthony Lynn just never really clicked.
Yeah, I was just told about that. I don't know where that came from. We have a great relationship. Me and him talk daily. I don't know where that came from.
Even just not even to a disagreement kind of thing, and not even that there is. But I'm just saying, are there times when maybe someone different in your ear, just a different voice and different delivery, can change things?
Sure, absolutely. And I think that was part of the reason why Dan wanted to do what he's done, was to make an impact in some way. I think he's done a great job. Yeah, I've had a handful of play callers over the years, and that's absolutely part of it.
Back at the Week 4 game, I think you threw for 300 yards, a couple touchdowns, and you guys really had an opportunity to win that game. It was just turnovers in the red zone.
Yep.
When you look back at that game, do you look as this as maybe an opportunity, or is this a completely separate entity? 2 months later.
Yeah, you look back on it, but we were a different team then. They were a different team then. Things have gone on. They've had some injuries. We've had some injuries. So we've actually had people come back off. With Decker come back and add Josh. So it's a little bit different, but at the same time, you do look at that and see things you liked and see things that you maybe wish you would have had up that week and maybe put them in this week.
How was that for you? Could you take anything from that experience?
Yeah, it's hard. It's always hard. You always want to be out there. Was happy for Tim to get his first live action and was supportive of him. But you always want to be out there, always hard. For me, it was the only second time I've missed a game in my career, and it's just different. It's weird. Not something I ever want to get used to.
There was some decision, like the last time you guys played the Bears, it was a game that arguably you were in, that the team was in, a couple of things here and there that didn't convert. But do you guys look back on that, and how much do you take from that first game against them?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we had some success in certain areas offensively, sure, but I don't know how many, 7 weeks ago that game was. So you don't. It's a different game. It's a different team. It's a short week, changed a lot of things. But yeah, sure, there was some areas of success that we did have there offensively that you look hopefully can do again.
What is the benefit now for a quarterback that you've had a legitimate running threat for a couple of weeks now?
Yeah.
Not just DeAndre, but some of the backups coming in giving big games. What does that help you?
It's huge. It's always quarterback's best friend is the run game, and when we're rolling like that, you'd like to think that our play action game will become a little bit more explosive than it has been, and we'll see as time goes on how much we want to lean on the run or lean a little bit more on play action and play those back and forth. But it definitely helps the overall operation of the offense when we can run the ball like we have.
Thanksgiving game, I don't know, was that a Thanksgiving game
No.
at all? No, okay. So
No,
what's your...
they just beat Stanford last week though, so Axe is back home. Yeah.
What about do you have a favorite Thanksgiving football memory growing up? What sort of role did football play in your Thanksgiving, I guess?
Yeah, I think back to like when I was really little, we'd go out and get muddy on the field, and I was probably 12 years old, and go out and run around and do a little Thanksgiving turkey bowl. But I think back to all the times that I've never played on Thanksgiving, but having practice and just being around the guys and thinking about how thankful you are for certain things, and football and your teammates and your coaches are absolutely towards the top of that list. So being around those people on Thanksgiving, being able to share the day with them and then go home and be with your family, it's always just kind of a special time of the year, and mine has always kind of fallen, obviously during football season, so it creates that extra thankfulness, I guess.
Trying to explain what the tradition of Thanksgiving beans here. I mean, it's been going on
Yeah.
since 34.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard all about it, right? I haven't played in it, but I've heard all about it. Knew this was coming all year, and excited about it. It's a tradition that's been, amongst, this team for a long time, and hopefully can make my mark in this game this year.
Practice before Lions game or during, or how does
Will
that
that be
work?
9 a.m. out there? Yeah. I always remember finishing practice. We usually practice early on Thursday my whole life, just to get home for Thanksgiving. And you finish practice, and you kind of get home, and it's about halftime of the Lions game. So, now I'll be able to be in that game. It'll be fun.
Tim talked last week about you being kind of a big part of his preparation for the game. Just wondering what that experience is like, kind of playing mentor for a week, and then what you thought Tim did on Sunday.
Yeah, like I mentioned, I was so supportive of Tim and wanted the best for him. But you never want to, I don't ever want to be in that position again. You like to stay on the field as much as possible. But I was trying my best to give him any little nugget I could. Specifically for a first start. He played football for his whole life, but there are weird things that happen in your first start that just feel different. So I tried to give him as much advice there as I could. And yeah, I thought he did well. I thought he managed it well, and played great. All right, guys, thank you.
Yeah, cold.
We talked to you after the game, obviously. Now you've had a chance to watch the tape and evaluate it. Maybe just, do you feel any differently about the performance, the way you played today versus where you felt immediately afterward?
Ultimately, when you look at the big picture, the quarterback's performance is revolved around wins and losses. So as well as I think I could have done, or as much improvement as I think I could have done for the game, ultimately, we didn't get the job done. But for the most part, I felt like the ball was going to the right place. I felt like I was accurate enough. I wish I could have had the 2-minute drill back before half. A couple third downs, I think I could have stayed in the pocket just a little longer. But that's just being hypercritical of myself as a player. But like I told you guys after the game, every rep I got was crucial in my development as a quarterback. So I'm glad I got those under my belt, and I'm a better player for it.
What is this week like for you versus last? I mean, last it seemed pretty obvious that you were going to start. This week maybe you're a little bit more up in the air as to what happens and how Jared's feeling. Yeah. So how has this week been different?
Thursday is a grind. Early mornings, late nights, and it's just trying to memorize the call sheet and understand what you're getting yourself into from a defensive schematic standpoint, and understanding what Chicago's going to do. And it's just such a quick turnaround. You have an install yesterday, install today, and it's tomorrow night we're staying at the hotel, and we kick off noon Thursday. So I'm ready to go. That's my job, whether I'm the starter, backup, third string, P squad, and every quarterback has to be ready in this league, because weird stuff does happen, as you guys have seen. So I'll be ready to go. I feel good about the plan. I feel good about what Chicago does on defense, and excited for Thursday.
Do you feel good about that because it's a division opponent that you've already played? I mean, does that make that quick turnaround a little bit easier, especially from a quarterback's perspective?
Yeah, I think there's some familiarity with Chicago, just because we played them, so we can kind of go back to our notes and kind of see what they did and see what they're probably going to come back and attack us with. But Thursdays, especially on the coaches, I give them a bunch of credit. They're here ridiculous hours, man, just making sure they have a good game plan for us, and it's up to us to make sure we're studying it and watching film and making sure we put our best foot forward on Thursday. But definitely some confidence moving forward with Chicago, because it's a division game, and it's we've seen them before.
Inside and at home, maybe more conducive to letting it rip a little bit if you're the guy. How much would you welcome that opportunity, I guess?
Of course, yeah. Quarterback, I want to throw the ball. When you have really good running backs. You love handing the ball off and letting them go spin, but any quarterback, especially inside and on a big day like that, would love to spin the ball and throw for a bunch of yards and a bunch of touchdowns. But at the end of the day, it's about getting a win, and I'll do whatever it takes.
How do you think Goff has looked this week?
Awesome. He's sharp. He's always sharp, and that's his standard. That's his expectation, just like it's my own. But yeah, he's done a good job of just doing the treatments and recovery and getting his body right. He's been sharp mentally, and we've been going through the call sheet together back and forth, and David's been awesome, and so is Steven Montez, of just making sure that we're all feeling comfortable with the game plan going into Thursday.
Physically seeing him throw. I mean, Dan said he went through a series yesterday, doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he looked like he was moving good. Yeah, he looked like he was moving good.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How you doing?
You did talk about turnovers. You guys have 5 of them in the last 2 games, and how important those have been, and they can sometimes be maybe contagious once you start getting them. Do you believe that to be the case, and how important have those been, and will continue to be moving forward?
No doubt. We're all competing for them. Every time we go out on the field, we're just trying to get the ball back for our offense. So, like you said, they come in bunches, and we've been fortunate enough to be able to capitalize on them. Especially over the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, we're all just out there trying to get the ball.
I know you've seen sporadic reps out of the nickelback spot, but it seems like you've seen more there. How comfortable are you with that spot?
It's right in my comfort zone. It's nothing new to me. And at the end of the day, I play DB, so no matter where that is, I'm locked in, to play any one of those spots. So, yeah.
Challenges Mooney present. If he's out there, he had a big game against you guys last time, I think.
Yeah, he's got he's the overall package, especially for them. He brings a lot to the table. Obviously a quick twitch guy, a lot of change of direction, very fast, has gas to get down the field. So, we got to pay him close attention and, really steady up and be ready to compete.
Yeah, 180 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns week 4. What do you guys have to do different to hold them back from those kind of numbers?
Just lock in and do what we do best, which is just play fast and play team ball. I think that, in the times that, we've all been locked in as one unit and play with that team chemistry that we know how to do, and we're all on the same page is the main thing. That's when we've seen success. So we just got to lock in and continue to do that.
Prepare for both quarterbacks, Dalton and Fields, or you just one, or how do you split that up?
We always got to prepare for, whoever they could, put out there. So I don't, as a player, I don't know exactly who's on the injury report or not. But, we got to prepare for, any situation and any circumstance. So, we've been preparing for, if they're on the roster, we got to prepare for it.
How would you describe the mood, the vibe of this team, trying to get a first win?
Unfazed, really. We just got to, keep at it. Head down really is just, that's pretty much the black and the white of it, is that, at this point you can't, look back, you can't look too far in the future either. So you just got to keep your head down and, what's the alternative, go in the tank, quit, that's not what this team's about. That's not what this what this coaching staff or front office is about. No one in this building, is about that. So we're all going to keep our head down and keep working our ass off.
Dan Campbell said Tracy Walker's playing as good as any safety in this league right now. What's it been like to kind of see him make that big jump this year?
No, it's been great. It's been great. I mean, I love. He's a great teammate. He's a great guy, and I'm excited for him. And I'm really happy for him. We all knew that, that was in Tracy, and that all the plays that he's making, comes to no surprise to anyone, in the building. So I'm just glad that, the world's being able to see that, and he's, obviously playing at a high level, and I love playing with him. I mean, that's my boy. So. Yeah.
It seems like there's maybe a little bit of a change in attitude too. Like he's playing with a lot of confidence. Has he kind of grown into a leader of that group as well?
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a leader, I would say, especially since, a guy who's been playing here since his rookie year. I feel like he's always been a leader, and he's always been that vocal presence, not only in the locker room, but, on the field as well. So, like I said, it's a pleasure playing with him, and, I feel like, having him out there, brings another level of juice, to all the DBs, so, and the whole defense. So, yeah. Cool. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Every week you've gained more experience in some of the playmaking. We saw it at that big third down play, and you've always been really steady against the run. Just how would you assess your development now? Where do you think you've maybe gained the most in the month or so that you've had an opportunity to really play?
Each week I feel like I'm getting better. My teammates and coaches, they helping me out by just giving me a great game plan, telling me some things I need to work on every week just to keep going, to keep elevating. So I just take their notes and take my teammate coaching notes too, to keep going and try to elevate so we can be better.
Maybe I said this last time you were up here, but you're a very physical cornerback. I think that's part of your nature and what makes you good. Where does some of that come from?
I used to play running back, so I used to get hit a lot. But when I had switched over to defense, I was like, man, I want to deliver the blow. So ever since then, I just pride by that. So just go by that.
Do you feel, especially at that position, how do you feel it helps you, to get handsy with?
Yeah, most corners in the league, they don't like coming up and tackling, and I feel like I can do that, very well. So I just got to get better and just keep going and try to, show I can be better at that.
I think it was the Chicago game where you entered and started playing, I think back in week 4, correct?
Yes, sir.
They had 188 yards, 3 touchdowns, running the ball against you guys. You're a physical guy, likes to come up, play the run. How important will that be to try to contain them? How do you guys do a better job doing that this week?
Very important. Everybody just got to get to the ball. We got to tackle as a team. Our game plan is to, start the run. So we just got to keep going. Everybody just got to be more aggressive. Tackle well.
How would you describe the mood, the vibe of this team right now, trying to get a win?
Great. We coming together. Everybody on the same page. We trying to get it in. We hungry for one. So we just trying to, do our best to get one.
Thanksgiving, playing on this. What were your memories maybe of this growing up? Did you have any?
I used to watch all the Thanksgiving games, and Lions was, a couple games I used to watch when I was young. But it's a blessing just being to play on Thanksgiving. The whole world gonna be out there, watching. So just ready to go out there and show them what I can do.
Well, the last 2 games are really tough hitting games. Do you like that kind of game?
Yeah, I do. I like, like throwing the ball too, but I can hit, so I like it like that too as well.
What do you like about it?
Just showing that I can be aggressive, Like I said, a lot of corners in the league, they don't like coming up and, tackling and getting our blocks and stuff like that. So just showing I can be more physical in the run game.
What's it different defending Andy Dalton versus Justin Fields? Is there anything different you have to maybe focus on the outside part of it?
Not really. You know, they two different quarterback styles. So yeah, we got to look at some of the plays they be doing. So just got to look at the style of both of them and just go by that.
All right, thanks guys. That's all we got for players today.